There is a story that 4 cultures, separated by oceans and centuries, all told the same way. Sailors find an island in deep water, far from any coast. They beach the ship. They light a fire on the sand, and the island sinks beneath them. The earliest written account is Greek, the Physiologus, around 200 years after Christ. It describes the Aspidochelone, a creature so vast that vegetation grows on its back, and sailors who land are pulled to the sea floor when it dives. 12 centuries later, on the other side of Europe, an unrelated text describes the same animal in different words. The Konungs Skuggsjá, the King's Mirror, written in Norway around 1250, calls it the Hafgufa. It rises from the ocean. Sailors mistake its back for an island. It dives, taking the ship with it. 2 centuries before the Konungs Skuggsjá, an Arabic naturalist named Al-Jahiz had already recorded the same description. He calls it the Zaratan. He warns sailors not to land on islands in the open ocean that have no other land in sight. Some islands, he writes, are alive. And in a Latin manuscript from 6th century Ireland, the Voyage of St. Brendan describes Jasconius, an island the monks anchored to, made fires upon, and felt move beneath them as the fish woke. 4 cultures, 4 languages, 12 centuries between the earliest and the latest, the same animal. When this happens, when isolated cultures independently describe the same impossible thing, there are 2 explanations: coincidence or signal. In 2023, 2 researchers, John McCarthy and Erin Sebo, both medievalists, published a paper that proposed the signal. They argued the Hafgufa wasn't a sailor's mistake. It was an accurate description of a real animal doing a real thing, caught at a moment in history we no longer get to witness. The behavior is called trap feeding. The whale rises slowly to the surface, opens its mouth in a wide passive ring, and waits. Fish, mistaking the gape for a sheltered cove, swim in. The whale closes. Trap feeding was first documented by modern science in 2011 in Brides, Wales, off the coast of Thailand. Until that decade, it was completely unknown. By 2022, the same behavior was confirmed in humpbacks off Vancouver Island. By 2023, in fin whales in the North Atlantic. From a passing ship, a trap-feeding whale would look like an oval bay of calm, dark water, bordered by a low cliff of grey rock, sometimes with vegetation, gulls, kelp, floating debris caught at the lip of the open mouth. 4 cultures saw the same thing. They described it in the language they had, an island that dove. The vocabulary differed, the animal didn't. But there is something stranger about this story than the convergence. The whales we have now are a fraction of the whales those sailors saw. Industrial whaling in the 1800s and 1900s reduced global cetacean biomass by as much as 90% in some basins. Fin whale populations off the Norwegian coast, exactly the waters where Hafgufa stories originate, dropped by 98%. 6th century sailors were not seeing the whales we see. They were seeing whales 4 to 5 times more numerous, with aggregations that may have stretched for kilometers. A single trap-feeding fin whale in modern waters is rare. A pod of them, dozens deep at the height of a feeding bloom, would have looked exactly like a coastline that was not on any map. Under the proposed classification, the species is designated Aspidochelone Hafgufa, the open mouth of the deep. The monster was real, the vocabulary was wrong, and the animal that inspired it is, by modern standards, gone. Not extinct, but reduced past the point where anyone could mistake it for an island again.